is also used for adding multiple elements given in the form of list to a list. Means extend method is also used for adding element, but multiple element. The element will be given in the form of list. We use append method to add a single element to a list, but in extend method we will add multiple elements, but the elements will be in the form of list, but it is different from append. First, let us understand the working of extend function. Then we will talk about the difference between these two functions. The extend function work as per following format. Means this is the syntax of extend method. First we will write the list, means the list name dot extend the method name, and inside the parenthesis we will write the list which we want to add. So list in extend method, list is used as argument, means like this. Means extend method also used to add multiple elements, but the element will be in the form of list. So it takes exactly one element as a list type and return no values. So that is extend take a list as an argument and append all of the element of the argument list to the list object on which extend is applied. Means for example, see here, one list is given. The name of list is what? T1. The element here, see here, it contains three elements A, B and C. One more list is given T2. It contains two elements D and E. Okay. Here we are using the syntax of extend method. Means here we are writing the list in which we want to add the element. So here we have written T1. Means in T1 we want to add the element of T2. That is why we have written T1 here. After that dot, then we will write the method name. The method name is what? Extend. And inside the parenthesis we have written the list name T2 inside this. Means we want to add the element of T2 inside T1. So here we have written T1 dot extend, and in parenthesis we have written T2. So when we will type T1, we will get output like this. Means these three plus this, means A, B, C, D, E all in one. But when we will type T2, we will get D and E, because see here, the element which was present inside T2 is now present inside T1 and T2 also. That is why when we are typing T1, we are getting all these 5 elements. But when we are typing only T2, we are getting this 2 element. Means extend method is also used to add element, but it is different from append method, because in append method it add one element at a time, but in extend method it add multiple elements and the elements are given in the form of list. So the above example left list 2 unmodified, means here list 2 is not changed. Previously list 2 contained what? Means T2, D and E. After extend it is also containing D and E. Means there is no changes in T2, but there is change in T1. Means T1 is now containing total 5 element. Previously T1 containing only 3 element. See here, we have written T3, means one more list name. After that assignment operator, then T1 dot extend T2. But when we are typing T3, we are not getting anything. Why? Because here the T3 is the name of list which is empty list. That is why we are not getting anything. But T1 and T2 are not empty list, but T3 is empty list. That is why when we will type T3, we will get nothing, means it is empty. So see this one, trying to assign the result of lst dot extend means list dot extend to another list. Means here we are what? We are assigning the element of T2 in T1 till here. But here we have written T3 assignment. Means see here T3 is empty as extend, did not return any value, but list T1 is extended with element of T2. T3 is empty, that is why it is not returning anything, but T1 is extended with the element of T2. That is why in T1 we are able to see D and E also. Difference between append and extend method. While append function adds one element to a list, extend can add multiple elements from a list supplied to it as argument. As we know that append method add only one element to a list, but when we are using extend method, it will add multiple element from a list that is supplied as argument. Means in extend method we are providing list, not argument, and list contain minimum more than two element. That is why multiple element are added to the list. See here, consider the following example that will make it clear to you. Here one list is written T1. It contains three element 1, 3 and 5. One more list is given T2. The name of list is what? T2. It contains two elements 7 and 8. Here we are writing the append method. Means T1 dot append 10. Means in T1 the name of list is what? T1, first list. We want to add 10 to T1. So we have written the syntax what? T1 dot append 10. Means in T1 we want to add 10. So after this statement, when we will type T1 and after that we will press enter key, we will get like this 1, 3, 5 and 10. Previously T1 contained what? 1, 3 and 5. After using the append method, it is also containing 10 at the last, not at the beginning, because append method add the element at the last. As we know that append method add one element at a time, but when we are writing like this, means T1 dot append two element, then it will generate an error. The type of error, the error type is what? Type error. This type of error is known as type error, because as we know that in append method it add one element at a time, but here in parenthesis we are providing two element. That is why it will raise an error. Then error will be known as type error. Why? And this message will be there. Means takes exactly one argument but two given. So whenever we will try to give multiple argument to append method, this type of problem will occur. Means this type of error will be known as type error. So it is better to assign one element at a time in append method. But if you want to add two element, then we have to pass a list, not an element. Here you can see here it is, here the argument is passed as list. That is why here two element you can pass. Means two element will be added to one list. As we know that when we are writing like this, then Python interpreter will count this as one element, one single element. We have seen this in nested list, that this type of, if we are writing like this, it will be counted as one element. So when you want to add two element, means more than one element, then we have to pass the argument like this. And this type, when we are writing like this, the Python interpreter will count this as one element. So if we try to enter multiple element in the form of list, here square bracket is there, means it is in list form. Then when we will type T1, here we are see here T1 is written dot append, and inside parenthesis means this argument is given. When we will type T1, we will get like this output we can see that this list is in the form of nested list, and when we will find the length of this list, we will get what? 5, because this is counted as one single element. So when we will use the length function, see here, length function, and inside the parenthesis of length function we have written t1 to know the length of this particular string, particular list. So what we will get? We will get 5, because this is treated as one single element. If in extend method we are writing the single element, it will generate an error, and this type of error will be known as type error, because we know that in extend method we have to write the list, complete list, as argument. So see this one, the extend method cannot add a single element, it requires a list as argument, because we pass the argument in extend in the form of list. If we write single element, then it will generate an error. The type of error will be known as type error. This type of error is known as what? Type error. See here, we are writing the extend method here. The name of list is what? T2. Then we are writing dot and extend method, and inside the parenthesis of extend we are writing 12 and 14 in square bracket in list form. Here we are not writing the list name. We can also write the list name also, or the value in the form of list. So when we will type T2, we will see this, means previously T2 contain what? 7 and 8, but after extended it will contain what? 12 and 14. So one more list is there, T3. It contain value what? 20 and 40. So here we are writing what? T2 dot extend T3. Here we are writing the value. In this place we can write value or list name. Here we are writing the value, and here we are writing the list name. See here. Here the value is provided, here the list name is provided. We can use any one. So see here, T2 is written. This T2 contain what? 7, 8, 12 and 14 after the extended. After that we have written extended, the name of the method, and inside the parenthesis we have written T3. When we will type T2, we will get all this. Why? Because T3 contain what? 20 and 40. Means we want to extend T2. T2 is containing what? 7, 8, 12 and 14. We want to extend T3, means we want to add the element of T3 inside T2. So we will use this extend method here. So we will write what? T2 dot extend, inside the parenthesis we will write T3 as argument. So when we will type T2, so we will get this, means what? 7, 8, 12, 14, and T3 contain what? 20 and 40. Like this we will get. So when we will use the length function to find the length of T2, we will get what? 6, because T2 containing what? Total 6 element. That is why we will get 6. Next, the insert method. The insert method is also an insertion method of list, like append and extend method. Means in append and extend method we are actually inserting the element inside the list. However, both append and extend insert the elements at the end of list. Means whenever we are using the append and extend method, it always insert the element at the last, not at the between or at the front. It will always insert the element at last whenever we are using append or extend method. If you want to insert an element somewhere in between or any position of your choice, both append and insert are of no use. For such requirement, insert method is used. The insert function insert an item at a given position. It is used as per following syntax. Means whenever we want to insert an element in between or at the any position according to our use, so then we have to use the insert method. In that condition, append and extend method will not use. because append and extend method always insert the element at the last. So this is the syntax of insert method. Means first we will write the list name, list dot insert the name of the method, and inside the parenthesis means it will contain two argument, means this two is known as argument. Actually this inside the parenthesis this two is known as argument. So first is what? POS means position, after that item means the item which you want to add. So means the insert method accept or takes two argument, these two, position and item, and returns no value. The first argument POS means position is the index of the element before which the second argument item to be added. See here one example is given, means consider the following example. One list is given, the name of list is what? T1. It contains three element, means what? A, E, U. You want to insert an element by using insert method, then we have to write this statement like T1 the name of list, then insert the name of method, and inside the insert method we will write the 2 is what? Position means index number, I means the element which you want to add, means you want to insert the element I at index 2. So when we will type T1 we will see like this. See here we want to insert what? I is inserted. The position of I is what? If we will take the positive index means it will start from 0. So 0, 1, 2 means at position 2 I is inserted. This type of work is not possible with the help of when we are using append or extend method. See this one list is given, this one T1, the name of list is what? T1. It contains total 4 element A, E, I, U. Okay, but when we are using the insert method, see here we are providing -9 index. In this list it will not possible because the maximum limit of in negative index, when we will take this element number means it will start from -1. So minus you will -1, -2, -3, -4 means in negative the maximum limit is -4. But when we are using the insert function method we are providing or writing -9. It is not possible, means at -9 we want to add k. If this type is written, then in that condition k will be added at the beginning, means when the index number is not correct or not given in the list. So that element will be added, but at the beginning always. Next one is pop method. The pop method it is used to remove the item from the list. It is used as per following syntax, means this is the syntax of pop method. Means first we have to write the list name, then dot, then we will write the pop means the method name, and inside the parenthesis we will write the index name, means index number. Means in this we will provide the index number, and after that it will remove the element from our list. Here index number is optional. So here index is optional argument, means anything present inside the parenthesis here will known as argument. Here index is present, so index is known as argument, and it is optional in pop method. Pop is mainly used to remove the element from the list according to the index number. And if the index is not given, means the index number is not given, then it will remove the last element from the list. That is why here index is optional. If we write index number, then it will remove the element which is present at that index. But if we are not providing the index number, then it will remove the last element from the list. Pop takes one optional argument and return a value, the item being deleted, means it will return the value. the value will be the item which is deleted from the list. So the pop removes an element from the given position in the list and return it. If no index is specified, pop removes and return the last item in the list. Consider some example. Means here, see the example. Here one list is given, T1. The name of list is what? T1. It contains this all element. Means K, E, A, E, I, P, Q and U. Means it contains all this element. The name of list is what? T1. So when we will write the method, means the syntax, see here. As we know that pop take only one argument and that argument is optional, but it returns one item. So to receive that item we will create one variable. See here, one variable is there, this one. So we will write this variable name. After that assignment, then we will write T1. T1 is the name of list, then pop the method name, and here we have written 0. 0 indicate what? Means positive indexing start from 0. 0 means what? K. So it will remove K. So when we will type this one, the variable which we have created, we will get K, the removed element from the list. To receive the deleted element from the list, we have created one variable, this one. Means first a list is there, the list name is what? T1. It contains this all element. So we will create one variable. The name of variable is what? ELE1. Okay. Then assignment operator. Why we have created this variable? Because as we know that list take one optional argument, but it returns the value which is deleted from the list. To store that value which is deleted, we have created this variable. So we will write variable name, then assignment operator, then T1, the list name, then pop, the method name, and inside pop we will write 0 index. At 0 index K is there, so K will remove from this list. So when we will type this variable name, means ELE1, we will get K, the removed element from the list. See this example, one more example is given, T1. T1 is the list name, it contains this all element. Okay, we have written ELE2, the variable, because pop method returns value. So we will write the variable name, means we will create a variable, then assignment operator, then T1 dot pop. See here, the parenthesis is empty, means we have not provided any index number. So it will delete one element from the last. The last element is what? U. We can see in the list U is present at the last. That is why U is deleted, because no index is provided inside pop method. So when we will type the variable name ELE2, we will get U, because U is present at the last, and in pop method we have not provided any index number. So when we will type T1, the variable, the list name, we will get this element. Means U is removed. So if U will remove, we will get the remaining one. When we will type the list name T1, we will get this one. U is not present inside this list. The pop method raises an exception, runtime error, if the list is already empty. Consider this example. Means if you want to pop, but we have written the empty list, then Python interpreter will raise an error. Means this one, index error. Why? We can see here this list is already empty, so the deletion cannot be possible, because this particular list contain no element inside this, means no element. So deletion will not possible. That is why Python interpreter will raise an error, what? Index error. To use pop method, the list must contain element. So whenever we will try to delete from empty list, the Python will raise an error. The error name will be what? Index error. Next, remove method. While pop removes an element whose position is given. Means in pop, actually what? We provide position, means the index number. If we are not providing the index number, it will delete the last element from the list. What if you know the value of the element to be removed? Means you know the value, means which element you want to delete from your list, but you do not know its index or position in the list. Well, Python do it in advance and make available the remove method. The remove method removes the first occurrence of given item from a list. It is used as per following syntax. Means this is the syntax of remove method. Means first the list name is given, then dot, then we will use remove the method name, and inside this we will write the value, means the element which we want to remove from our list. Means it take one essential argument, but in pop the argument was optional, but in remove it is essential, and do not return anything. Means it will take one argument, but it will not return any value. The remove method will report an error if there is no such element in the list. Means see here, one list is given, the name of list is what, t1, it contains these elements. When we will write the remove method, see the statement, this one, t1 the name of list dot remove the method name, and inside the parenthesis we have written a, means we want to remove a from the list. So when we will type t1, we will get this one, means a will not present because a is removed from the list with the help of remove method. See here, if we are writing like this, t1 dot remove p, means we want to remove p from the list, so it will remove p. P is present in the list, so we will write this statement. After that we will type t1 to see the change, so we will see the list. Here p is removed. Whenever we will use the remove method, it will remove the first element occurrence. First see here, in this particular list p is present how many time and q is present how many time. P is present 2 time, q is present 2 time. So when we will use the remove method for first time, it will remove this p, means first occurrence. After that, if we want to remove one more p, then we have to write the remove statement one more time, because p is present 2 time and q is also present 2 time. When we are removing p here, see here, one p is present here, means the last p is present, but the p which was coming at first will removed, means first occurrence. But if we want to remove the element which is not present inside the list, then Python will raise an error. Means what? Value error. Because see here, in this statement we want to remove k, but k is not present inside the list, so it will raise an error. The error will be what? Value error. Means x, see here, this is not present in list. Next, clear method. This method removes all the element from the list and the list become empty list. After this function returns nothing. It is used as per following format. Means whenever we will use clear method, means it will remove all the element which is present inside the list. It will not delete the list, but it will remove all the element which is present inside the list. Means see here, and clear method never accept any argument and never return anything. So see here, this is the syntax of clear method. First we will write the list, the name of the list dot clear, and that after that what? Parenthesis. This parenthesis is empty, means no argument is taken. So see this example, one list is given L1. It contain 4 element what? 2, 3, 4, 5. We have written this statement what? L1 dot clear. Means we want to remove all the element which is present inside L1. So after this statement, when we will type L1 to see the change, we will find the list is empty, no element is present. This is done with the help of clear method. Means whenever we will use the clear method, it will remove all the element which is present inside the list, but it will not delete the list. Means the list will present but it will contain no element, means it will become what, empty list. Next, the count method. The count method, this function returns the count of item that are passes as argument. If the given item is not in the list, it will return 0. It is used as per the following syntax. Means this is the syntax of count method. First we will write the list name, list dot count, the name of method, and inside the parenthesis we will write the item. Means it will take one argument but it will return nothing. So count method takes one argument and it will return only 0 when the item is not present inside the list. See here, one list is there, L1, it contains this all element. Okay, when we are writing this statement, L1 dot count, L1 is the list name dot, then we have written count is the name of method, and inside parenthesis we have given 18 as argument. We will see here, means actually count method return the number of means the element present inside the list, how many time that particular element is present inside the list. See here, we have provided 18 as argument. We have to see the list. In this list 18 is present 2 time, so we will get 2 because 18 is present 2 time in this list. Again we have written what, 28 is not present inside the list, then it will provide 0. Means count method take one argument and it will return the number how many times that particular element is present. If the element is not present inside the list, then it will return 0. 0 indicate what, that element is not present inside the list. 2 indicate what, the element is present and it is present 2 times. Next one is the reverse method. The reverse method reverses the item of a list. This is done in place. Example, it does not create a new list. The syntax to use reverse method is, means this is the syntax of reverse method, means it will reverse the element which is provided or given. Means see here, the syntax list is the name of the list dot reverse the name of the method is given, after that parenthesis. The reverse method takes no argument, it will normally reverse the element. Means see here, see the example, T1 is given, the name of the list is given, it contains this element, means E, I, Q, A, Q, P. But when we are writing this statement, means T1 is the name of the list dot reverse is the name of the method and parenthesis. As we know that reverse method takes no argument, that is why parenthesis is empty. But when we are writing T1 and after that when we are pressing the enter key, we will see this, means the element, previously the element was in this form, but when we are using the reverse method we will get the element in this form, means the reverse order. Means E, see here, E is present at the beginning but here E is coming at last. I is present at second position but here I is coming at second last. Means it will, when we will use the reverse method, it will reverse the list. See here, T2 is given, one more list is there, T2, it contains 3 elements, 3, 4 and 5. Here we are writing T3, then assignment, then T2 dot reverse. Again we are writing T3 is an list name but it is an empty, means it is not containing any element. Here it is treated as variable. So when we are writing T3, after that when we will press the enter key, we will get nothing because T3 stored nothing. But when we will write T2, we will get the reverse order. Previously it was 3, 4, 5, now it will become 5, 4, 3, means reverse order. The last one is the sort method. The function sort the item of the list by default in increasing order. Increasing order means in ascending order. This is done in place. Example, it does not create a new list. It is used as per following syntax. Means in sort method, it will never create a new list. Means it is normally sorting the element in the increasing form. Means in the ascending form. See here, this is the syntax. First we will write the list name dot sort the method name, and this it will not take any argument. So the parenthesis will be empty. So see this example. T1. T1 is the name of the list. It contains this element, means E, I, Q, A, Q, P. When we are writing the statement like this, T1 dot sort, and after that when we are writing T1, we will get the element in this form. Means previously it was in this form. After using the sort method, we will get in this form. Means previously it was in mixed form. Means neither in ascending nor in descending. But after using the sort method, we will get it in ascending form. Means see here, A is coming at the beginning. Means it is in increasing form. Increasing form indicate what? Ascending form. Like reverse, sort also perform its function and does not return anything. To sort list in decreasing order using sort, you can use write, means like this. As we know that when we are using sort method, it will always convert the list of element, means the element which is present inside the list in increasing form. But if you want to convert it into decreasing form, so we will write this syntax. Means first we will write the list name dot sort the method name, and inside this we will write reverse is equal to 12. Now this statement will return in descending form. So one more method, means one more way is given to convert the element in ascending and descending form. Means first we will use the sort method. After using the sort method, means all the element will come in the form of ascending form. After that we will use the reverse method. When we will use the reverse method, it will reverse it, means we will get in the form of descending form. And the second process is what? We will write like this, means list dot sort reverse equal to assignment true, like this. Means if there is any question like this, convert this list in ascending and descending form. In that case, first we will use the sort method. As we know that sort method convert the element in the form of, means it will arrange the element in increasing form. Increasing form indicate what? Ascending form. So we will get the ascending form. Now we have to convert it in, means convert it into descending form. Then we will use the reverse method. Reverse method will convert the ascending form into descending form. And the second process is what? We will use the sort method. It will convert it into ascending form, and after that we will use this one, list dot sort, and inside parenthesis we will write reverse assignment true. One assignment is given below. It contains total 4 questions. You have to solve in your copy. Question number 1, write one difference between append method and extend method with the help of example. Question 2, if we have to insert the element at any position of our choice in list, then which method is used? Question number 3, explain remove method and clear method with the help of example. Question number 4, a list is given. The name of list is what? L. It contains total 5 elements. First we have to convert it in ascending order, then in descending order with the help of method. Here means which method we will use. First means the list is given. To convert it in ascending form, which method will use? To convert it into descending form, which method will be used? You have to solve this. Thank you.